want, the more we talked about it, and Rhonda thought, we should be open more hours, longer hours, offer more services. And it was getting to be more than what I had originally wanted to do. It was evolving into this full-scale traditional restaurant concept. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I was feeling tremendous amount of stress. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to chuck the whole thing. I don't even want to mess with this anymore. Just, if I can't convey and convince my partner that this is a viable concept and a viable way to approach business and structure a business, then how am I going to convince anybody else? So I had a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of frustration, a lot of tension, anxiety, anger. It just was all building into Friday night, and I had my workout, and had a great workout because of it. That was good. I was trying to find the silver lining in that whole situation, and again, I was just really stressing about leaving on Saturday and getting away from what I thought was the time to be able to build and develop this plan, and also sit and talk and explain maybe to Rhonda, where my mind is at, why it's currently in this mode, and viewing everything from her perspective. Every time she had an idea, hey, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do this, and I would just shoot it down. But I know, no, I'm not. We're doing it this way. I wasn't giving her the benefit of the reasons why, and I was so frustrated inside that I wasn't able to express why. And I was like, I started to have some anger with myself because of that. I really needed to be, if I can't explain it to the person I'm closest to, how am I going to explain it to strangers? So I was really kind of locked into this mode of, I need to figure out a way to present this to other people that they could understand. And it's such a complex system, and it's so different than anything that's out there. It's struggling with finding a way to effectively and efficiently convey how this will work and why it will work. So I woke up first thing on Saturday, and as usual, the dog kind of was stirring and wanted to get up, so a little after 7 I got up. We were supposed to be meeting to go to this football game, to drive out of town like 1:30, and grocery shopping kind of was up in the air, what we normally do on Saturday morning. Kind of talk about going and getting a couple of things first thing in the morning, and then just getting ourselves ready to go and then going. Even though again, I was dreading it. I did not want to go. I was trying to, there was no way I was going to not go, but I was in my mind trying to think, well, what realistic excuse could I make to not make this trip? So I got up and I was like, you know what, I want to play around with the logo. It's one of those things that I had been thinking about. Logo from this restaurant. I had a kind of a font idea for the name. I had start playing around on the sketch pad on my Surface, Microsoft Surface, which I bought it so that I could be artistic with some of the things that I was wanting to do, whether it was the book cover or whatever. I mean, I specifically bought that computer because of the artistic capabilities that it had. So I played around with the sketching on that. It's the first time I'd actually really honestly sketched something. And it was I don't know, I sketched it out last week or the week before, I don't remember, and it was just kind of a work in progress. Again, it was just playing around, really. I just wanted to see, get used to the pen, get used to the screen, get used to the, of sketching on it, and I kind of went back through and played around with erasing and resketching and finer lines and darker lines and inking and using the different, brush tips, and I ended up coming up with this feather, which was part of the logo that I wanted, and I was like, that's not bad. I actually kind of like that. I'll play around with it and fine tune it, and but I hadn't done anything else with it since then. So I sat down and I was playing with fonts, and I was playing with sizes, and I was playing with layout in Publisher, and I found a font that I really liked. It was really what I had envisioned, and it had a certain connection to the title and where it originated from in my mind. And I tried to play around with placing this sketched feather into this logo, and I spent about an hour and a half playing around with it, and I finally finished it up, what I considered to be kind of a rough draft, but I think it's going to stick. I think that's what I like. I was thinking, I'll do 2 or 3 different layouts and see what I want to do, but the creative process first thing Saturday morning kind of helped me loosen up just a little bit, and I saved it, and I went back in and I opened it later, and I really like it, and I think that's the one that we'll probably go with. And I don't think I'm going to tweak it or fine tune it or do anything else with it. I think it's gonna stand as is. But I was happy with it, and it got the Saturday going, and I woke Rhonda up, and we went to the store and got a couple of things, and different things business related came up throughout the morning. We're still both carrying a little bit of tension from the night before, although we found a movie that was supposed to be a comedy that I was like, I just want to watch something, distract myself, and ended up being one of the better movies I've seen, or a movie that I liked more than anything else I've seen in a while, and it made me laugh, and I needed that. I really needed that Friday, so it kind of loosened up the tension a little bit toward the end of the night on Friday, and we went back to bed, got up, whatever, and I did my thing. But getting back into the afternoon, I started to get that tension back again, and we got everything ready to go. We went and met like we were supposed to, and we got on the road, and I was, again, that's probably the most tense I've been in a long time, just due to my mind being kind of knotted up. And we talked a little bit in the car, and again, we got to a couple points of, she talked about something, or recommended something, suggested something, and had doubts about, some of my ideas, and we just didn't feel like we were clicking, and it caused, again, this whole tension. And I drove this 3-hour drive following another driver, and I felt like I was just completely in tunnel vision. I could not, I physically, my vision was affected. I could not see. I was focused on the car in front of us, trying to follow it, but just the scenery, and it should have been a relaxing drive, and it wasn't. It was causing me even more tension, and I couldn't get past this literal tunnel vision. I really couldn't see. I was trying to adjust my eyes, and I was trying to look around, but I was locked into that spot. That's all I could see, and I felt like I was going into this trance of tension and frustration, and it was not a good experience. It was a bad experience. The whole drive there was just terrible. And we got to where we were going, and we got ourselves ready to go, and we got in the car to go to the game, and I was still feeling it. And we got to the game, and I was like, I was kind of in awe when I got there, because it's my first time I've gone to a big college game, and the stadium is truly amazing. It really is. Just the size and the crowd and the fans and how they interact and what they do there. It was an experience that I'm glad I got to engage in. But the longer we sat there and the longer the game went on, the more I was sitting there thinking, I'm ready to get out of here, I'm ready to go, maybe we'll leave early. I was really trying to focus on the actual dynamics of the game, really engage in that, just seeing the plays and how they were unfolding and strategy. And I mean, that's part of what I love about sports is the competition and the strategy and the finding of strengths and weaknesses on both sides and manipulating your approach to take those into account. And after the half, I was like, well, maybe we'll leave after the third, and then it was a close game, and I was like, we're probably going to be here for the whole game. But by the time the game was over, I really felt like I had let go of a lot. And it was just being able to focus into that live environment, be in that atmosphere with that many people that were focused on something all at the same time. It was a really moving experience. And we got back to the house and we were going to be eating frozen lasagna, and I was really craving a drink. So the first thing I did when I got there was crack open a beer and had a shot of bourbon, and I was already feeling better before I had a drink, but the drink definitely helped, but allowed me to kind of relax and feel more at ease. And then the rest of the night, I mean, we stayed up later than we would normally stay up. Let's say 1:30, we were still awake. I'm like, we're planning on trying to get up earlier in the morning to try and head back. Probably should go to sleep. And went to sleep and actually slept well in a strange bed, even though I usually don't, especially the first night. We slept in bunk beds because that's what they had. And Rhonda slept in one single, I slept in another single. It's the first time I think we've slept in the same room but in different beds in the entire 12 plus years we've been together. So that was an unusual event. And I slept well. The sun came up and I started to wake up once the sun came up and got myself out of bed before anybody else, and just I really felt like a different person. I felt like completely night and day different from what I was experiencing the day before, and it was good. It was really good. I got up and I made some tea and I took my pills and woke Rhonda up, and everybody else got up and we decided to go have some breakfast, and we ate and got on the road. It was a little later than I was hoping to get on the road because I wanted to be back home by a certain time, but it was still early enough to get back, and I was able to, felt like I had that buffer time of being able to relax back at home. But the drive was fantastic. It's unusual. So the airport's that way. Planes come in all the time and land from this direction, but that one just banked and turned around and was going the other direction. It looked like the landing gear was down as it was coming in, and it looks like it's still down, but it looks like it's looping in a circle. Actually pretty low. fantastic drive back. It would, put the windows down. The temperature was perfect. It was in the low 70s, and we're driving back, and it's almost all through back country of Texas, and it really is a beautiful drive. We've made that drive several times through that area, and I always enjoyed it. And it bothered me so much on the way up there that I was not able to, just wasn't able to see it, wasn't able to engage in it. As much as I tried, I was driving with blinders on that I could not take off, and I felt so much better coming back. And again, very appreciative of the drive and the scenery, but more than that, I understood how much I had been immersed in the building of this business, and it never once dawned on me that I needed to take a break, and that football game was a distraction. It almost forced me out of business mode into the game itself, appreciating what was there, but the benefit of completely disconnecting from business philosophy and theory and anticipation and planning, all of that, it needs to happen. It needs to happen on a regular basis. And we talked about it a little bit in the car on the way back, that I couldn't believe how good I felt and how much that getting away and doing something that was different and something that I could kind of engage in mentally. There were so many different benefits to that for me and our situation that I couldn't even begin to explain them all, other than to say that I feel much better now than I did on Friday or Saturday. So really good, and felt like I was able to wake up today fresh. But the bad thing, downside, was I really am now all fired up about getting this business going, and last thing I want to do, why is this person driving so fucking slow? We just missed the green light. This morning, and the first thing I thought when I woke up was, I want to be done with property management. I want this to be now. I want to be doing this restaurant, this concept. I want to be all in right now. So it was difficult, but I went through my normal process that I do on any given morning, and try to wake myself up and try not to let negative thoughts creep in, and allow myself to move forward with the day without anything creating these burdens that I need to carry with me through the rest of the day. And at one point I even thought about saying, wow, for the first time in a long time, I really just don't want to go to the office today. I mean, and I've just reloaded on personal days, so I've got time that I can take. I could call in sick if I wanted to, and it's been a while since I've had that luxury, because my days have been tied up for the last several months, where I have this many days to use, and I have this many things going on that I'm going to need to use them for, and they were allocated, so I really couldn't do that. Didn't really have that flexibility. And I almost said something about it. I almost said it out loud, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to say it out loud, because that just reinforces that idea, and I'm trying to get past that idea. I'm trying to get beyond this, I don't want to go to work today. I'm trying to get into, all right, well, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to make it a good day. I'm going to do what I need to do, and everything's going to be great. And we got through it all, and we got in the car, and we're driving, and we were about halfway to work, and Rhonda's like, I really didn't want to go to work today. And I was like, I want the same thing. So we were kind of on the same page, and I think for the same reasons. we've really, like I said, embraced and dove into this idea and this concept, and now we really want to do it. We really want to see it come about. And the last thing we wanted to do was go play property manager for the day. And but we got into the office and was able to sort through my emails for the weekend, which there was a lot, and emergency line calls and stuff, and was able to convey what needed to be conveyed to whoever needed to know, and got up and running. And I completely forgot about this meeting I was supposed to have this morning until I got my 15-minute reminder, and then went racing out the door to get there. And as soon as we got there, we noticed that one person's car wasn't there. I'm like, you know what, I bet they felt like they didn't want to go to work today either, and didn't. And sure enough, that's what happened. And then again, it just kicked me right back into that mindset again. You know, that's part of the reason why I want a business that is dependent on myself and Rhonda and us alone, because I don't want to have to deal with those things anymore. Those hiccups, those unseen circumstances that just happen, where you're now shorthanded in the office because somebody didn't come into the office, and they have that right. They have that ability to do that. They get paid time, and you should be allowed to take your paid time and whenever you need to for whatever reason. I believe that 100%. But from the other side of the fence, when you're in the office and now you're kind of shorthanded, it sucks, and it creates a little bit of resentment towards that person for doing that. And then when you do it, then you're thinking about that. You know, all right, who's going to resent me for not going into work today? But I have the right to not go to work today, and I needed to not go to work today. Anyway, a lot of philosophy and stuff that I'm not going to get into. That's pretty much everything that happened over the weekend and where we are. So you know, full steam ahead, and hopefully we'll make some large forward movement, large steps this week towards doing what we need to do. And what the fuck is going on here? They just parked their bike up next to us, and anyway, so that's what I've got.